I bought this for $5 at a yard sale. It wouldn't stay running. It would crank when it wouldn't run. And I bought it just because I thought I probably knew the reason why. It's got overhead valves and adjustable rocker arms. So I pulled the valve cover off, and sure enough, the lash clearance was, God, 1/8 of an inch. So I set the valve lash clearance on both valves, the intake and the exhaust, and cranked it up and ran it, mowed with it. $5 lawnmower. It's a Honda. But that's not today's project. A friend of mine gave me these two compressors. Neither one of them works. And I'm going to try to put them together and try to make a good compressor out of it. I got a compressor that works, and I have another compressor over in that building that I use to air up all my trailer tires and my truck tire. But what the heck, they're free. You can always use a compressor. So that's today's project. And I'm going to hit them with a hose and clean them all off so I can see where all the nuts and bolts and screws are and start taking them apart and see what's broke. Well, here's what's wrong with this. The fan broke off. Here's the pieces. And stopped turning. So this thing overheats and shuts off. So I don't know where I'll get another fan. I've got another old compressor that I've never taken apart. I might take it apart and see if it's got a fan. This one, the piston rod broke, but there's no fan on this. So I might not be able to combine these two. This runs and actually pressures up, but since there's no fan cooling it, once it gets hot, it shuts down. So I either got to find a fan to fit this, or throw it away, because I'm not going to spend any money on these. I mean, these are just little cheap Campbell Housefeld compressors, and they make the parts so expensive that you can just about go buy another one. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to search around and see if I got anything I can make work in my junk pile. I don't have anything I could make work on that, but I got it for free, so if I can't fix it, it's okay. But what I do have is this other one. I got this in trade. It was just a freebie. I traded something for something. I can't even remember what, but this was thrown in as, you know, a little extra. And this is the one I've been keeping over there just to air up my trailer tires and my pickup truck tires, and I keep my gas for my lawnmowers in there so nobody will steal it, because I don't know if I've mentioned it before. I've got HUD housing around me, and if you leave anything unlocked, it's gone, including gas. So anyway, the reason this had never been used or turned on, and it had a leak where the handle was welded onto the side of the tank. So I took a grinder and I grinded the handle off, and I tried to weld a patch. And I know that's some horrible welding, but I welded and it still leaked, and I welded and it still leaked, and then I cut my temperature down as low as it would go and still melt wire, and it still burned through. It just kept burning through this pot metal here, you know, it's Chinese crap. And I eventually got it to where it would hold air and air up tires. But if I can take this compressor, the motor off of it, and put it on one of these tanks, I'll have something there. It's yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm fixing to get to work. See you. I got the engine, the motor, off of this one. I've got it setting on this. I don't have it mounted yet. I've got it rewired. Now I got to replumb it. That's going to require a little pipe bending. I got to somehow get this bent to fit in here, and it's a good ways off. I don't have a tubing bender, so I'm going to have to try to bend this tubing where I won't kink the pipe, and then come up with a means of mounting. These are the mounting holes here, here, and on the other side, and I think I'm just going to use some corner brackets to mount it from here to the base here, and I will have one good compressor out of 3. And the motor that I took off of this one has some good brushes in it that I may be able to put into that motor. I haven't really spent much time on that yet. I think it's the brushes that won't let it kick back on. And actually, the motor is very similar. The shaft diameter is the same as the one I took off of this. And that's a 2 horsepower motor. That is a 3 horsepower motor, 3/4 rather. So if I can somehow make that work on that, boy, I'll have a heck of a compressor there, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I may just pull the brushes out and slap them other brushes in, and if it kicks on and off, that's good enough. But I'm going to have at least one good one out of these 3 junks. So that's going to work. I'll have this plumbed here in a few minutes, and I'll show it to you running and putting out air. Okay, I got the plumbing done just on this part. I haven't got the compressor head plumbed to this yet. But I had to go and rob this off of that, and then some more parts off of that, and a couple of parts off of that, because I had a combination of ferrule fittings and flare fittings, and I had to make them all the same. So anyway, I had enough parts to make it match. This is a little bit more work than I thought it was going to be. I got the motor mounts bolted down, and I'm fixing to mount the compressor up in them motor mounts, plumb it, and turn it on. Well, it's airing up. It's about 90 right now, and as soon as it airs up and cuts off, I'll let a little air out, make sure it cuts back on. Got one good working compressor out of 3 junks.